What's up YouTube, Tactical Swede here once again. Thanks for watching. So first of all, I wanted to apologize for my absence as of late. I've had some stuff going on, had a minor surgery done, and then I got sick, and I just hadn't been feeling up to doing any videos. Feeling better now, so we're trying to get back in the groove, get back on track with things. Today, I'm going to do a quick video, hopefully quick. A video that I was actually trying to avoid for a while because every time I get talking on this subject, inevitably I get fired up and sometimes I'll go off on tangents and talk for 10 minutes. I'm going to try and avoid that, try and keep it straight to the point. And in all honesty, I'm probably preaching to the choir with most of the people watching this video. But, maybe there's some people out there that, hopefully I can talk some common sense into. Probably not, because most of the people that are pushing this kind of stuff, stuff like facts are lost on them. All they care about is the media hype that the mainstream media tries to put out there. I can't count how many dumb things I've heard on the news this week, from the $130 AR-15s you can buy. Where? I would love to know where I can go buy a $130 AR-15. So if you know, just let me know, because I got some money. Second one, I heard this gem today about how handguns are ineffective against an active shooter because rifle bullets travel 3 times as fast as handgun bullets. So, arming teachers to protect our kids would do nothing because their handguns would be ineffective against the shooter with a rifle. Where did these people come up with this crap? So anyway, again, tangents. But today I figured I'd bring some facts to the table. So I did some research, and I pulled up some homicide statistics from the FBI. I also pulled up some statistics from basically the National Transportation Safety, some vehicle stuff. And I pulled up some CDC stats. This is all from 2016 because 2017 stats aren't really finalized yet, so I went with the most recent finalized stats I could find. So in 2016, there were roughly 11,000 handgun homicides. Now this isn't counting suicides, this isn't counting accidents, this is counting, somebody pulled a gun out and shot another person and killed them. So 11,000 firearm homicides. Out of that 11,000, how many do you think were rifles? 374 out of 11,000. That's less than 5% of all firearm homicides. Now, I'll throw a little nugget in here, a little carrot for the people that don't like to listen to facts, and they'll say, "Oh, it's more than that." Okay, out of these stats, there was 3,200 that were uncategorized. It was a firearm, but the type of firearm wasn't specified. So if we take that 3,000 and apply the same 5% to it, that gives us another 156 out of that 3,200. So we're talking a total of 530 now rifle homicides. 530 out of 11,000. But banning AR-15s and assault rifles is going to fix everything? We'll get back to that in a minute. Okay, so 530 rifle homicides. How many people think were killed with knives and cutting weapons? 1,600. 3 times as many people were killed with knives than were killed with rifles. Here's a good one. Hands, fists, feet. 656 people. More people were beaten to death with their bare hands or feet than were killed with a rifle. But banning rifles is going to fix our problems. Come on, let's get real. You realize how ridiculous that sounds. Let's see what else kills people. Vehicle deaths. 37,461. 37,000 people died in cars. Where's the outrage for the automobile industry to make things safer? Let's increase the driving age. Let's do better training for drivers because obviously too many people are dying. We need to restrict these vehicles. What do you need a car that drives faster than the speed limit for? You don't need that. It's dangerous. Again, see how ridiculous this sounds when you apply it to something that everybody needs and everybody wants? It's easy to say you could ban something that you don't like, that you don't agree with. But when you need it too, then you start saying stuff like, oh, that's apples and oranges. You can't compare that. Nah, sorry, you can't pick and choose. It kills people, and it kills more people than guns do. Let's see what else kills people. Drug overdoses. Let's see. This is counting illegal drugs and prescription drugs, so any kind of overdose. 64,000 people. 64,000 people died from a drug overdose. Why aren't we banning drugs? Oh yeah, that's right. We already did. Drugs are illegal. And prescription drugs, if you're ODing on them, you're using them outside of the prescription, which is illegal. So if it's already illegal, how are people dying from it? Because you're saying that if we ban AR-15s and assault weapons, that, people will stop dying, right? Because, criminals won't have access to them anymore, right? So how, if drugs are illegal, do they have access to them? Again, do you understand how stupid these arguments are? Banning stuff does nothing. Columbine, the start of the whole school shooting thing happened in 1999, right in the middle of the Clinton-era federal assault weapons ban. Did it stop Columbine from happening? No, because gun bans do nothing. You can ban every weapon, every firearm out there. Determined killers are going to kill. There's plenty of examples out there. 9/11, box cutters and airplanes. Many examples of people driving vehicles into crowds. A few years ago in China, dude went on a subway with a knife and killed 30 people. Determined killers are going to kill. It doesn't matter. Whatever tools they have available to them, they're going to use. So it's one of those things I like to say, we don't have a gun problem. This is the way I look at it. We don't have a gun problem. We have a people problem. We have a society problem. And, people say, well, if it's not the guns, then what's the solution? I really don't think there's a quick and easy solution. Anything you do is going to take time. And especially when it's a society, a people problem, it takes a long time to affect how people act. We live in a world where kids today have no accountability for their actions. They have no respect for anyone or anything. They feel they're entitled to things just because they are. They're here, so they deserve things. And if they don't get them, then they throw a temper tantrum. If things don't go their way, they throw a temper tantrum and riot and destroy property in the name of protest. This is what we're raising. So, this didn't happen overnight. This has been slowly building over the last, 20, 30 years. But it's getting worse. And there's no quick fix to that. It takes time to turn something like that around. And I'm not saying I've got all the answers. And I'm not trying to marginalize in any way, the kids that died in that school, or any other shooting, Vegas. I'm just saying that you need to stop and think about the things you're saying. Banning AR-15s and whatever you want to call an assault weapon, they're trying to change the definition every day to, any semi-automatic weapon. Well, that's pretty much 99% of the weapons out there today. So you're going to ban everything? It just... Action like that is not going to fix the problem, because the problem isn't the guns. The problem is the people. And until you start worrying about fixing the people, they're going to find ways to do what they want to do. Like I said, a determined killer is going to kill. that's really all I can say on this without going off into too much of a tangent or getting too fired up about it. But people just need to think and be realistic. Look at facts. Base your responses off of facts, not emotion. It's so easy to get caught up in emotion when you're talking about kids being shot. But it was more than just that kid going in there and shooting people. There was a lot of things that went down with that. It wasn't just the fact that he had an AR-15. It was, I don't know, he had made threats prior to. There was a lot of people called about this kid and saying, hey, this dude's not right. And what happened? Nothing. You also had, a school security guard, armed, that stood outside and waited. Did not go in and engage the shooter. You had other sheriffs there that stood outside and waited. Did not go engage the shooter. So many things went wrong in that scenario, and I'm going to stop right there because I'm going to go off on a tangent here. But it wasn't just the gun. That's the way I'm going to leave it today, guys. Please hit me up with your comments. Let me know what you think. Even if you disagree with me, that's cool. Everybody can disagree. That's why we live in a free country. That's it today, guys. As always, if you like what I'm doing, give me that thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date with any new videos we got coming out. I will catch you next time. Till then, live life and have fun out there.